Welcome to the official Topic Talk. Please like, share and subscribe.
Audio Jungle.
Good day to all you wonderful people. Welcome to the official Topic Talk. Please like, subscribe, share and ring the bell so when I produce a video you'll receive a notification. The Queen's coffin has now arrived at Edinburgh Airport. Waiting to be loaded on board the RAF Globemaster 3 for its journey to RAF Northolt. Here you can see Princess Anne getting in formation with the Queen's Guard. Well, the coffin will be loaded into the plane, heading out to RAF Northolt over in London. Pallbearers carrying the coffin to be loaded into the Globemaster 3 aircraft. To finally put the Queen, who had reigned 70 years in the country, to take her to her place of state. As you can see, it's now being loaded into the RAF Globemaster 3. Princess Anne. I think she's feeling the pressure, judging by the look on her face. Princess Anne's now going to board the aircraft, ready for its flight over to RAF Northolt in London, from taking off from Edinburgh Airport. And the Queen's coffin is now heading and making its way over to RAF Northolt in London, to cap off 70 years of ruling the country. There is no other person on earth that can fill her shoes, and the aircraft is now arriving, landing at RAF Northolt in London, carrying the Queen's coffin, ready to make its way on its journey to Buckingham Palace, where the coffin will stay overnight in Buckingham Palace, and tomorrow it will lie in state at Westminster Abbey until the funeral. As you can see, the Globemaster 3 RAF aircraft is now landing at RAF Northolt to its welcoming party. And what a wonderful life the Queen has had. Yeah, and what she's done for us people. As you can see, Princess Anne has now deboarded the aircraft and making her way over to inspect the Queen's Guard and to fall in line for the witnessing of the coffin to be unloaded from the aircraft and put into the hearse ready for its journey over to Buckingham Palace. As you can see, the Barra Party are now bringing the coffin out of the aircraft and getting ready to load it into the hearse. Such a wonderful lady that's ruled the country, and there is nobody else in the world that could ever fill her shoes. The coffin's now being loaded into the hearse. Ready to make its way on its journey from RAF Northolt over to Buckingham Palace, where she'll lay and rest overnight, and then tomorrow the Queen's coffin will be taken to Westminster Hall, where she'll lay in state until the funeral. The hearse is now leaving RAF Northolt on its final journey back to Buckingham Palace. Now you can see the police motorbikes leading the way in the convoy from RAF Northolt on its journey through the streets of London, heading and making its way to Buckingham Palace. "70 years of reign, and she never gave up one day, to the final breath. 96 years old, to the moment she was still working, right up until 96 years old. A wonderful lady, and there is no other person in the world that could ever fill her shoes. She's done the country so proud, and to run all of the Commonwealth countries. Now the hearse making its way through the streets of London, heading now to Buckingham Palace. Now it's the start of the new era. King Charles III and I do think it's going to bring a lot of change to the country, because you're kind of stepping out of the old era and stepping into the new era. So I really do think there will be lots of change ahead now over the coming years. As you can see, the convoys headed by 3 motorcycle riders of the police force, leading the way through the streets of London for the hearse. Thousands upon thousands of people line the route, line the roads, line the streets, from RAF Northolt all the way down to Buckingham Palace. The streets are lined, filled, full of spectators wanting their last glimpse of the Queen's coffin as it passes through the streets of London. Hidden and making its way to Buckingham Palace, where the Queen will stay until tomorrow, when the Queen's coffin will then be transported to Westminster Hall, and there it will lay in state until the Queen's funeral. As I say, the streets are lined, filled, full of spectators wanting a last glimpse of the coffin as the Queen makes her way to Buckingham Palace. Very mad turnout of people. I mean, they've turned out and lined the streets by their thousands. You know, everyone wanting to get a glimpse of the hearse as it's making its way through the streets of London, heading off to Buckingham Palace. Crowds have come out in the hundreds, maybe even thousands. Just to get a last glimpse of the Queen's coffin as it passes by through the streets of London. Massive, great turnout of people paying their respects to see a final glimpse of the Queen's coffin being driven through the streets of London. As we can see, they're on the home stretch now to the mall of Buckingham Palace, where the Queen's coffin will stay overnight at Buckingham Palace. What a turnout of people. You know, they've all come to get a last glimpse of the Queen's coffin as it's transported to Buckingham Palace. Hundreds, if not thousands, of people have turned out, lined the streets en route to taking the Queen's coffin through the big gates of Buckingham Palace. I think now they have just come up to the mole, and the Queen's coffin is now about to turn in through the gates of Buckingham Palace. The streets are lined with thousands of well-wishers as it's now approaching through the gates of Buckingham Palace. Where it will stay at Buckingham Palace overnight, and tomorrow it will be transported to Westminster Hall, where the Queen's coffin will lay in state until the funeral. So the Queen's coffin is now arrived in Buckingham Palace, and it will stay overnight, and tomorrow it will be transported to Westminster Hall, where the Queen's coffin will lay in state until the funeral. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please subscribe, like, share and ring the bell so you receive a notification each time I produce a video and I'll get a view. Have a good evening, people. Until the next one, it's goodbye from me.